नमस्कार, आप सभी का लेट ऊर्जा टॉक में हार्दिक स्वागत है। सबसे पहले आई वुड लाइक टू thank all our esteemed viewers, our distinguished guests, and our loyal audience for showering us with so much love and support. And with each episode, we are growing, and you have made it a popular show. And we have such lovely people coming on to our show, being with us, talking about themselves, about their lives, and giving us a sneak peek into what they're doing. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर मेकिंग लेट ऊर्जा टॉक अपने वजूद में लाने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। और आज हमारे साथ बहुत ही उम्दा शख्सियत, इनके बारे में मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी, कुछ चेहरे ऐसे होते हैं जिनमें अलग ही रूहानियत होती है, जिनसे बात करके, जिनसे जुड़ के एक हार्ट टू हार्ट कन्वर्सेशन आप पहली मीटिंग में ही कर सकते हैं। ऐसा मैंने तो अनुभव किया है, एंड आई एम श्योर संगीता जी से मिलके आप सभी भी ऐसा ही महसूस करेंगी। एंड सबसे पहले डॉक्टर संगीता जी को मैं यहाँ वेलकम करती हूँ, एंड we feel really proud and privileged to have such a wonderful person, such a soulful person to be on a show. We welcome Dr. Sangeeta Taneja on the show. Welcome to you, ma'am.
Gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
एंड संगीता जी के साथ आज हम कुछ चटपटी चुटकुली वार्तालाप करेंगे। सबसे पहले इनके बारे में मैं आप सभी को ब्रीफ कर देना चाहूंगी कि शी इज द फाउंडर एंड प्रिंसिपल इंटीरियर डिजाइनर, अर्बन इंटीरियर्स, National President Mentorx Women, and has been appointed as the Mentor of Change, NITI Aayog Government of India, business coach by Directorate of Education, Government of NCT at Delhi, and mentor with Vidyanjali, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Sabse pehle, thank you so much, ma'am, once again for being with us. And there are so many questions I would like to ask you. Sabse pehle, aapka jo profile hai that you are into urban interiors. A few questions that come to my mind is that because of all the global warming thing being shown, and we've been trying to curb up all of that, so there have been structural changes in the exteriors. So has there been a change in the interiors as well?
Definitely. First of all, thank you so much for discussing about interiors actually, because that's my real passion where I feel that, once discussed gets me back to my roots. Yes, there
Yes,
has
of course.
been a lot of changes in the interiors because now people are trying to use less of electronics and more of structural ventilation processes which are natural, so that the
Right.
cross ventilation is natural. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
indoor plantation is done so that you have more of indoor oxygen inside produced. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely there has been a lot of changes now, and because awareness is there and a lot of people are getting towards the budget also, so the
Mm-hmm.
cost cutting comes definitely because of that also.
Okay, okay. That's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. And I guess during the pandemic, I think that was the time we actually sat back home and we saw our interiors, we observed them. There were so many nooks and corners in the house which we actually never visited. So, personally, I had this chance of revisiting my house, and, sitting on each corner of the sofa, on each side of the bed, and you just feeling the fun of it. Like, अच्छा ये कोना भी मेरे घर में exist करता था, and we all have those very special corners in our house, definitely. So I think that was a time when we actually saw our house peacefully. We all make it, but when do we have the time to just enjoy the interiors, to enjoy the decorum of the whole house? What do you say?
This is the time when I got maximum calls from all my clients, friends, everybody for two main things. One, they wanted more of greenery inside the house, kitchen
Absolutely,
especially
yes.
because they were spending a lot of time there, and B,
Mhm.
everybody wanted the best of home offices. One of my
Yeah.
clients suggested that because she travels a lot to beach sites for work, so she says
Mhm.
I need a table which has sands, pebbles, and everything around. So she made sure that
Oh,
she has that
good.
comfort zone in her home office. So definitely these two areas were definitely really used a lot.
I'm sure, because that was the time we actually sat by. Okay, which part of of a house, the interior of which room, I would rather say, is your favorite that you love to design and you love to experiment and you love to tell your clients about it all, that yes, you want to do it this way.
Maximum kitchens, maximum
Oh,
kitchens.
All right. So
maximum kitchens,
all the
because
ladies, all the women who are sitting here, she is the woman who will design your kitchens definitely, and you can make the best use out of it. Yes.
because
Yes,
with
please.
luxury areas you have a lot of ready-made furniture also, which you can pick up and
Furniture.
put and
Yeah.
change. With kitchens it's just
Mhm.
almost one time go. So majorly
Okay.
it is where we feel that your solutions should come with kitchen maximum first.
I'm sure. Absolutely. Very true. Because for most of us, that is our major place of work. So, which needs to be designed really, really well, really in the modern techniques, and which is the most difficult. Like you've actually, faced really, you feel it's really difficult to, design that part of the house.
Kids room.
Okay.
I tell you why. There are
Okay.
two reasons for it, very practical reasons.
Mm.
Everybody has a notion that kids should have a lot of colors, a lot of
Uh-huh.
imaginations in the room. But when you
Mhm.
actually study scientifically, they say that you will stop their imagination if you give them too much into that space. They will stop thinking.
Mhm.
So we
Stop.
become, with the new parents, it becomes very difficult to actually explain them that this is not good for their growth, because we are not just
Absolutely.
designing, we are just giving them something which will be fruitful for their longevity also. So this is the
Absolutely.
part, with kids we have to tell them that this age group needs this particularly, so please concentrate on this part. So that is why a little convincing comes, but otherwise people once click with you, they carry on what you say to them.
I'm sure, I'm sure. So, how does Vastu also play a role in your interior designing? Sometimes you have designed a room which is, according to you, a very perfect in the space, in the most modern techniques, designs, and everything. And then they consult your client consults a Vastu, Shastriya like consultant, and then he plans something else. So, how do you deal with a situation like that?
First I would always say, I treat vastu as salt in the food.
Okay.
It is required. Less or more
Absolutely.
is the
Hmm.
later part of it. And B,
Okay.
because we've been into this very practically for a lot of years now, I've been here into this for 22 years. We've actually tried that, whatever these kind of circumstances have to come, we are taking care of them and starting, so that we
Right,
don't
right.
face this in the later age, because this
I'm
is
sure.
something which is very important now, very important. And why prevention is better than cure, so why have something which can be avoided? So we always
What?
try, if a client wants to get it done from any expert, otherwise also should hire them accordingly, side by side, simultaneously, so these all hassles can be avoided. So I think
Avoid it.
that's a true professionalism, to avoid things later on.
Definitely, because then a lot of thinking goes into it, and then if you have to make some kind of structural changes, and
See,
a lot
because
of
client
work
is
will be.
living in a dream zone and you're living
Yeah,
in a practical zone where you have to merge both the things. So you have to play the street smart person here, that you tell them in
mhm.
one go that this is good, this is not good.
This is not good. Yeah, that's absolutely true. So here I would like to ask you something. Have you seen any structural changes, any changes in the interior over these, few years? Like say about if we take a span of 10 years, has there been a radical change in how do you design the houses?
Yes, there has been. For past,
Okay.
I would say, if I say 2000 to 2010, I had seen a lot of people had started traveling abroad, so they had a notion of
Mhm.
picking up a lot of contemporary structures in the homes.
Structures, yeah.
Suddenly, then when they started traveling more, I realized
Uh-huh.
that they're getting back to the roots, that they like the English style, they like the European style. They want the POP
Okay.
cornices back, which were again in 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So that era was coming back. And now also, if I go to the luxury side, I see people having more of classical heritages now, rather than having
Okay.
more of contemporary structures. Because
Contemporary stuff.
it's like two generations living in the same home, so
No.
they want both the taste. So the 80s person
Absolutely.
and the
Hmm.
20s 30s person, so you have to blend them. So this is one thing which is definitely now everybody is aware of. Earlier they used to avoid, they used to feel modern is the best and the latest, but the
Modern
modern word has changed to now heritage.
heritage. Absolutely. We have Mrityunjay Kumar Srivastava joining in and saying best interior design, change your lifestyle and your mind as cool. Wow. That's
Definitely.
some compliment. Yes, of course. And what psyche does it, if you were to design a house like for a teenager? And does psyche also play a big role into designing the houses?
Yes,
Because you
I always feel belongingness is first thing you need to see. anybody
Okay.
of any kind of psyche or any kind of profession or any kind of age group needs to belong to what they are. So I
Got
feel
it.
belongingness is something which everybody should have, so that they use those things. Otherwise there's no point in making it.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot goes into designing and being a part of your client psyche. I mean, that's also a
Yes.
huge. You need to understand them, in a much better way, because this is a place where they are going to spend most of their time, and that needs to be really designed very well. And we
Hey,
have
I
so
feel I'll just add something here. One is
that's
that you say that they will spend. One is you want them to spend, and you will make them
what
spend.
absolutely.
So
Now
we
that's a
believe in
different.
that they should get pulled, that they need to spend time there also.
Spend time there. Absolutely. We have Sunil Singh also joining in, and he is also associated with Bespoke Interiors. I guess I'm taking that correct. Chitra Roy has also joined in, and Mrityunjay Kumar Srivastav. He is an eminent poet and an artist
Wow.
as well. And he is enjoying this session really, really well. And talking about Sangeeta ji once again, she is a seasoned entrepreneur, philanthropist, women empowerer, educationist, TEDx speaker, and international author. Dr. Sangeeta is a PhD in design and architecture with hands on experience of 22 plus years. Wow. And she has founded Urban Interiors, a brand for top notch residential and bespoke commercial projects. Here, I would like to ask you one thing, because now a lot of children are moving into students, if I must say, like they are into one room apartments. And how do you manage to fit all of that? They need a kitchen, they need some space, obviously space to rest, and a couch also. They want so many other things to be bundled up in that one little room. So how is that, how do you plan that, all of it, if that is possible for you?
Students now and the generation is very minimalistic now, because they understand what they need is for a very time based schedule now. So if
Yeah.
you tell them that this is you need for 3 years, so adjust whatever you give them, they go for it. And now the kind of storage solutions we have, the kitchenettes which are made, inductions have come in. So you don't need everything in huge sizes to fit in everything.
Mhm.
So definitely, with proper planning and space planning, and with the proper 3Ds, once you give them good presentations and once things are formulated, I think it never gives you a problem later when they know what they'll be adjusting into, because they say
Absolutely.
yes to it.
Of course, because if they need to travel a lot, they need to switch over places quite often.
Yes.
So minimalistic is the thing, absolutely. And how does color play a role in designing a house and the psyche of the live-ins?
How does what?
Color of the house, color of the
Colors, oh,
interior.
definitely. Colors
Yeah.
play a moody role. They
Okay.
definitely play a moody role, because again, I would say they reflect your personality. So
Mm-hmm.
once there are students who are, or age group which wants a lot of bright colors, so you would know they are a little towards the ethical side of the life. They want
Okay.
more brighter side, they want to be more cheerful. Then there'll be ones who will have very soft tones. So you have to merge both of them, because at times client does not realize that too much of soft tones will also harm the area, and too much of bright
Okay.
colors will also harm the entire scenario what you're thinking into. So we
Okay.
have to merge them. So colors play definitely a very strong mood role in it.
Oh, that's wonderful, because colors actually, because generally what happens is, like, if it's a boy, we tend to have blue, and girls for pink, and the things like that, which have been carrying on by for ages. Like, so here is a time that we make a change, we make a
Yes.
realistic
Now,
change.
now,
Yeah.
now, the pinks and blues have moved to the pastels.
Yes, of course.
They're
And
more of pastel colors. Everybody wants more of light tones and peaches and greens. And this
absolutely,
is all exposure to the internet, to be very honest, all exposure
very
to the
honest. Yes.
traveling, and all exposure to the now commercial showrooms which are opening, which are taking franchisees from abroad. When you
Mhm.
go to the bakeries, when you go to the regular areas where you want to freak out also, those color impacts definitely give you, and this is the same thing you take back home. So
Absolutely.
definitely this really impacts your mind a lot.
Definitely, because I just got my house, renovated kind of thing. And then when we were deciding the color of the walls and the interiors for my elder daughter, she was like, "I want peach and gold, very aesthetic." I was like, "Oh, peach and gold!" And believe me, her entire room, there is a hint of peach here and gold there and everything. I was like, "Whatever suits you, suits your mind, suits your taste, go ahead with it." So of
See, this is
course,
when you talk about gold here, na. This is where the ethnic part comes. This is where the
uh,
luxury comes.
yes. And this is all I strongly believe, because we are actually too much in influence of those, internet world with social media. Like, okay, some influencer has put on something, so that looks really, really appealing to the eye. You want it that way. So, but okay, it's okay. I mean, interiors can always be
See, you know,
changed.
we always feel now interiors has a shelf life now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taste, you know, with your age, you want to change certain things. So definitely, you know, for time being, if you feel for certain time you want to use it, why not have it?
Okay. We have this question coming up by Mrityunjay Kumar Srivastav. He wants to know that, I want to know that, are we using Vastu Shastra in interior designing work?
Yes,
Definitely we are.
definitely.
Yeah, we just discussed that. And Sunil Singh also pops up a question for you. Do you give classes to people who are willing to learn on this new subject? So anything in
Definitely,
your.
at we have this Mentorx School of Learning. We have a lot of design advanced courses also, which are based
Okay.
for our clients as well as students. You know, we have clients who don't know why they have hired interior designer, so we have
Okay.
formulated a course for them also. And for
Okay.
students or professionals who want to have a taste of what interior designing is all about,
All
we have
about.
3 to 6 8 years. We have courses related to that.
Okay, so do you need any prerequisite education for that, like related to interiors, or anyone like at or any age group can just join it?
No, no. Now I'm open to. Just a week back, I had a student who's I think sixth grade now. So
Oh,
she
oh my
just
God.
wanted to design a room. So she just took 3 classes that I want to learn how what colors
Uh,
should I pick up and everything. So we
uh,
definitely now that see it's about taste. It's about now exposure has opened so much. So this is about design thinking
so
now.
much.
So definitely no age, nothing is required for this now.
No, that is required. Absolutely. I mean, at the age of 6 now, that's really, really astonishing. Like, like children are getting so, not, I wouldn't say influenced, but they want to know, they want to learn so much, and they want to design it for themselves.
Now
That is
when
something.
we have clients, they actually make their kids sit and choose their own wallpapers, their
Oh,
ceiling
wow.
colors, their bed designs, because this is what I said na, belongingness is something which you will always feel good once you will say yes to something. No, you will definitely go back to it and use it,
Absolutely. That's
and
so
parents
wonderful.
know that trick.
Because of course, because if a kid is going to use his or her room, so definitely we are actually giving them a liberty. Initially it was like, jo mummy papa ne keh diya, just do it. But now it's like, okay, I want to live, I want my table to be here, my couch to be here, I need a hanging there, a wind chime here. I mean, so many things, my toys here and there. I mean, there's so many things which need to be designed, and which we need to understand their liking, their understanding of how they want to be in that room. And because when you are in a certain space, that personal space, that private space of yours, that might make you or break you, because if you are living in it, you need to feel you are related, that place is welcoming you to be there. I mean, that is actually, I guess, very, very important. Let's thank you so much for means so much insight about this interior thing. And you yourself have a beautiful aura, pleasing to hear you live. This comes from Sunil Singh. And we have Mrityunjay Kumar Srivastav again. I am a civil engineer and I am very interested in works. Thank you so very much. So this is so much more coming in from for you. I'm sorry. You are also being the national president of Mentorx Women and a renowned women empowerer. You have been working towards educating, empowering, and elevating women from all walks of life. You are a person who is always on the move and passionate about work and belief in you strength. You organize and associate with organizations and awareness program, and as an educationist is always open to sharing her knowledge and experiences to elevate the youth of today. And you have been conducting multiple workshops of strategic design, thinking and architecture, entrepreneurial and leadership skills. And you have been using your design principles to educate your students, clients, and upcoming designers. There is one little question that pops up to my mind is, um, what is how do we place rugs in our interior designs now, in our interiors, be it office, be it houses or homes, anywhere, like how are rugs
I,
placed? Because
I
rugs,
see.
the trend of rugs are slowly declining, what I see is right now in homes especially. So
No, they have not declined.
okay.
I would not say that.
Okay.
Because now a lot of people have shoe systems outside their main foyer areas. So now
Mm-hmm.
we welcome them that, at least your foyer should have a piece of rug, which is very welcoming,
Right.
which is maybe in the
Mm.
center of, or maybe a huge vase or a table where a lot of shoe steps are not used in.
Not
And
using.
near your bedsides, everybody needs a rug. So that is
Yes.
one place where we say do not fail to have one, and in your dressers. Because these are
Okay.
three places where you avoid shoes. You don't need
Mm-hmm.
shoes at all. And you
Not
need
yet.
more of comfort that you are on your feet. You want to feel the land, you want to feel yourself. And rug is something which gives you that soft feeling of being yourself. So I
Being
always
here.
feel that sheen is always needed. Rug
Mm-hmm.
always adds a very soft feminine touch to your own personality, which is very much needed.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful insight. And we have Sumit Bhatt also joining in from Kolkata. And he says it's an interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Sumit. And there's one thing I would like to know definitely. Like when you are designing a house, like sometimes it does happen that, okay, which accessory or which part of the furniture you would say is most important that needs to be designed with uh, soulfully designed, because that is one piece of furniture which is most used and needs to be a part. You are a part of that furniture. I'm not saying the furniture becomes a part of you. Which part of furniture would you say that?
I'll put a little light on this that when we start designing the basic residences or any kind of commercial place, I first most concentrate on the art part of it.
Okay.
One is that
Hmm.
you make a home and then you pick up a art. I have a vice versa. I say you pick up a art and design a home accordingly.
Design home around it. All right.
because
Yes.
because when you talk about art, it does not need a place to fit in. It needs to live and breathe.
Breathe.
So
Absolutely.
so that breathing will come once you have given that atmosphere to it. And when you talk about that one particular piece, I always feel your comfortable chair or your reading chair is one place where you
Mhm.
need to be the most comfortable, where you want to have your maybe morning tea, or maybe you want to
Mhm.
relax during the daytime and have a good nap on. Because beds and couches are something which are always based on ergonomics.
No, absolutely.
They're
Absolutely.
always.
Yes.
But luxury
So.
pieces like pickup chairs, they
Mhm.
definitely need a thought over. Definitely.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. We have Mary Brains also joining in from Bangalore, and he is an eminent artist, and so many different mediums and everything. And when like I floated the poster that I'm going to have a chat show with Dr. Sangeeta, and we had so many interior designers and so many artists joining in, because this was their forte, which they could relate to it definitely. And so we have someone, yes, we have Shalini Matai also saying interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Shalini, for joining us. And moving on, her uniqueness of being a natural educator to teach and lecture courses with a related program with expertise in one or more of the following: organizing system, spatial planning concepts, construction documents, sustainability, and global panels. Now, that is, of course, related to everything that you do. So, if you could just throw a little light on what you have been doing and how have you been, educating children about it.
See, during my entire course of work schedule, what I realized from being a student and
Mm.
being a professional and being a person who delivers to the clients, I realized that students used to come to me to my office for training programs, or maybe for interns. I
Mm.
realized for their entire period, whatever they learned and whatever we had learned, was never implicated to what actually the client wants,
Okay.
because books cannot teach you the creativity part of it.
Creativity,
Books
absolutely.
cannot teach you the real essence of connecting to the real client psyche.
Mm-hmm.
That will come with your experience. So what I
Absolutely.
tried, that the kind of courses we formulate at Mentorx and the kind of courses we deliver, we try that we formulate everything between the design thinking, which is now, CBSE has also launched it properly with the since April 2020 in the courses. That design thinking has become a very strong mapping point, in that it makes you think that how you will
Okay.
design something,
Mm-hmm.
whether it is your life, whether it is your work schedule, whether it is your creativity. So what we are focusing on is now that, whatever you are learning professionally, be it your
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur skills, be it your business ethics, be it your startup models, be it your thought process about, even understanding what you want out of yourself,
What
it
else?
all has to sink in. So all
Okay.
these courses are related to yourself, that you take out your best, and we will help you connect to yourself with that.
Connect yourself, enhance your abilities, enhance your skills, absolutely.
Yes,
And so these are like, what is the duration of the course? If you could just tell us
they
duration
are
of the.
customized. They are customized.
Okay.
Minimum is 3 months. Their minimum is three
Okay.
months. And
Okay.
they're
And do you
customized
provide?
because we are trying that, whatever you want to learn should be based on what you want to learn. It
Want to
should be
learn?
that you don't need, you learn that also, because everything will
Okay.
come with experience. So we will give you
Absolutely.
tips, tricks, and the implementation will come from you.
Absolutely. So you're providing a certificate as well for all the various
Yes,
courses that
ma'am.
you can.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So definitely our viewers are going to benefit from this, because everyone needs to, that need to learn that tricks. Few things, कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जो हम अपने खुद सीखना चाहते हैं, और अपने आप से एक अंदर इनबिल्ट होती है कि हमें ये चीजें पता हो, तो हम अपने आप को अपने आप ही घर अपना कैसे डिजाइन कर लें। छोटी छोटी चीजें जो हम सोचते हैं कि इतने से रूम के लिए हम कैसे एक इंटीरियर डिजाइनर को हायर करें, खाली मुझे
Exactly.
अपना एक कॉर्नर ऑफ द हाउस करना है, तो उसके लिए एक इंटीरियर डिजाइनर आएगा भी नहीं, एंड इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रोप देम, टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड। लेकिन कुछ बेसिक निकनैक्स पता हो हमें, तो डेफिनेटली हम अपने लिए वी कैन वर्क फॉर आवरसेल्व्स। दैट्स सो वंडरफुल, सो वेरी वंडरफुल। Now coming on, like this was all very professional and everything we wanted to know about you, and I'll definitely update you with the question that keep popping up once in a while. And let us know what Sangeeta Taneja as a person is.
I'm very versatile. I'm very versatile. I'm one person who wakes up in the morning with a new idea, and that needs
Yes.
to be done ASAP. And once
Yes.
you've given me one project, that today you say that, you're working on this, for me, that is
Hmm.
done. For me, that is like, now what next? Give me a second
What
one
next?
in another 15
Exactly.
minutes. It's like that. So, I have butterflies all the time with me, that I need something new always, and I want everybody to
Always.
keep going. Keep going.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have this question coming up that Mrityunjay sir is asking, that my bedroom is attached with my kitchen. Is that right or wrong?
It depends on the entire, once he can share the actual layout with me, because the
Mhm.
electronics facing towards the kitchen or the bed wall, that also definitely depends, how much energies are getting exchanged between both of them.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Okay, just tell me one thing, ma'am, that does it always happen, also happen that हमने कोई चीज हमने अपने रूम में लगाई, because I came across a certain incident that किसी ने कहा कि एक उन्होंने एक सूरज था उनके पास में, एक आर्टिफैक्ट था, उसमें एक बहुत बड़ा एक सूरज बना हुआ था, तो उन्होंने कहीं अपने बेडरूम में रखा, एंड उनके दिमाग में और उनके घर में खूब हलचल सी होने लग गई। फिर उन्होंने उसको उनको कुछ ऐसे याद हुआ कि नहीं, मैं इसको बेडरूम से निकाल के अपने ड्राइंग रूम में रखती हूँ, एंड देन शी प्लेस इट ऑन अ सर्टेन वॉल ऑन इन द ड्राइंग रूम, एंड देन वो जो हलचल थी धीरे धीरे वो सबसाइड हो गई, एंड एवरीथिंग बिकेम नॉर्मल। सो डज दीज थिंग्स आल्सो हैपन, कि या उनका सिर्फ एक भ्रम था, कुछ ऐसा था?
मैं इसको बहुत न्यूट्रली बोलूंगी आपको। एक ना, हम लोग एनर्जीज बहुत डाल देते हैं चीजों के अंदर।
ओके।
एक जब लेकर आते हैं तब सोचते हैं कि ये होना ही है।
हाँ हाँ।
तो
ओके।
एक ये उसका असर होता है, पहली चीज। और दूसरा, डेफिनेटली इन चीजों का असर तो होता है, आई वुड नॉट से नहीं होता है, बट पूरा उसके ऊपर ब्लेम कर देना, आई वुड नेवर से दैट, आई वुड नेवर
ओके।
एग्री टू।
ओके। सो मतलब कुछ ना कुछ होता होगा डेफिनेटली, बट इसको बहुत ज्यादा हम तवज्जो
जी,
ना दें।
ये ना मिथिकल लाइफ है, कि आज
हाँ।
उसी चीज ने 5 मिनट में आपको कुछ प्रॉफिट दे दिया, गुड लक चार्म हो गया, कल सुबह उसी
हाँ,
चीज ने आपको डांट दिया, तो it's like that situation, both neutral. So I
बहुत
would
नहीं।
always say ये ना perspective point है बिल्कुल.
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ। ओके, वंडरफुल वंडरफुल। मैंने आपकी बात बीच में काट दी थी। यू सेड यू वर वेरी वर्सेटाइल एंड आपके अंदर बटरफ्लाइज
नहीं,
फ्लटर
I'm
कर
still
दिया।
versatile. I'm still versatile.
You are versatile, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Okay, if you were on a time machine, okay, I put you on a time machine. जब आप किसी पास्ट का कोई ऐसा इंसिडेंट जो आप उसको सुधार सकें, उसको ठीक कर सकें, या उसको रीलिव करना चाहें, और एक फ्यूचर का ऐसा कोई मोमेंट जिसमें आप चाहें कि आप ये करना चाहते हैं और ये करके और ऐसा ही हो, so what would that be?
अच्छा, बैक में जाए तो आई थिंक आई हैव हैड अ वेरी गुड चाइल्डहुड, सो
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
mm,
Hmm.
yes, definitely. If I talk about more of my education, I wish I had more time to add a lot of more to my
More
education too.
education. Absolutely.
Lot
Wow,
of
wonderful.
lot of
Wonderful.
more to my education too.
Hmm.
A lot means a lot, like a
A
lot.
lot means a lot. You've already done so much, and then of course, like education and is never ending. Like learning is never ending.
I
It's an
breathe it.
ongoing
I
process.
don't know. I feel that one should have knowledge of law, one should have knowledge of CA, one should have knowledge of everything. So I'm telling you,
Mhm.
when we talk about Mentorx also, new age skills also, everything, we want a 2.5-year-old child also to understand law, and a 60-year-old also to understand design. So
Design.
we
Wow.
want this, that everybody should have every kind of versatile knowledge, and they should
Yeah,
not just think till that, okay, fine, this is what only I had to think.
yeah, because we shouldn't put our brain, our learning into watertight
Because
compartments. That if I'm a student,
this is what customization of mind we've lived in, that
yeah.
if you become engineer, don't become a candle maker. But now
Ah,
I see a
absolutely.
dentist also baking a cake.
Yes, of course. And the other day, if you remember, we met at an event. Then we have this engineer becoming a halwai, and so that was like really interesting. And she's doing wonderfully well as well. I
Yeah,
hope Shreya is listening to this talk show and
I'm
being
sure she would listen to. I can bet on this.
definitely, definitely. Of course, we shouldn't, be in watertight compartments. Like if you are a say, you only need to be figures. You need to be, you can be just anything. You can be,
and
a hobby can
and
be
this is
a
what happens
graduate.
when people like us, you, me, people around us are together.
Hmm.
People do get another ideas also popped in, that yes, this can also be done. So this
This
is
can
when
also
I
be done.
say versatile, and when I say I like to share what I like to do, and I don't like to say no, I am not done. Every day I'll come up with something new. This is what I
Hmm.
like, because I like to shake everybody and wake up everybody, that do something new with yourself now. Why do you want to limit yourself? Nobody asked you to limit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have Rajpal Dada also joining in. He is a national poet, and Dhruv Tiwari. And Dhruv Tiwari, sir, is a landscape artist from Madhya Pradesh. So
Wow.
they've all joined in, yes. And this is, they felt they had to be here on this talk show, a very intriguing one. And Rajpal Dada says, good conversation. And Mrityunjay, sir, has been continuously being with us. Thank you so much, sir. And we hope to I hope that all of you who are being a part of this have a lot of questions and you can relate to Sangeeta ma'am absolutely. So there was one event we are waiting for to listen to hear from you, that what would be that one event in future if you were in your time machine and you were allowed to travel and make a mark for something, what would that be?
A huge Mentrix corporate house. That is our next dream project.
Wonderful, wonderful, absolutely. And I'm crossing my fingers for that. And I hope your dream comes true and we both sit on the same time machine and go there. Okay. So, if you have mentioned here that your hobbies are like more towards off-roading and traveling. So, if you could just
Yes.
elaborate on that a little.
See, because one is that creative people are a lot of they have a lot of emotions inside, and one
Yeah.
is that if you have a very naughty childhood, the way I had,
Oh, wow.
I think you tend to become very adventurous. And
Wow.
I had a lot of friends who had always been on the move, bicycling and always
Mhm.
playing around, and playing late nights. Our generation has played a lot of games late night,
Yes, of
playing
course.
cricket
Yes.
also every time, having tricycles at the age of 7. So I
Seven,
feel that,
yes.
those all things, when you come at a certain age where you need to drive, why drive on the straight road? So then, off-roading is something which I just love, where I know I'm just deep up and then I'm deep down. So, this is where the thrill comes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, which has been your most memorable off-road traveling?
See, majorly I go across around here only. So I would
Okay.
not say that I've traveled a lot deep into it, because there are route tracks here. So very close by, they're like, into 60, 70 kilometers of range, where we have
Okay.
trainers and
Mhm.
everybody around. So
Okay.
you free your friends, go us there. And
Mhm.
being a mother of two, I do get little less chance for it. But then,
Yes,
yes,
chances are,
definitely,
yeah.
it's
Mhm.
definitely good.
Absolutely. I'm sure it must be really, really fun. And Shalini Matai says, keep up the great work, Team Oorja. Thank you so much, Shalini, for all your encouragement. And here we also read something different. Like your other, and the other side, you love to play basketball and badminton.
Yes, I've been
So,
national player for my school also for basketball.
oh, wow.
Basketball
Yeah.
is something which actually taught me to be on grounds. I've been a classical dancer also for Odissi. So these two
Oh,
things
wonderful.
actually, from age of 12 to 16, actually taught me the ground and the beauty of life.
Life.
Because
Absolutely. Absolutely.
when I used to dribble a lot for basketball, I realized that how much important it is to keep moving things up and down. So that is the time,
Absolutely.
you need to hold the ground, you need to focus, you need to fight for yourself, you need
Fight
to
for yourself.
be a winner, you need to learn to failures. So that really, sports really teaches you a lot. And dance taught me,
You
that
learn, absolutely.
softness.
Yes, because when you're talking about sports, a lot of teamwork, a lot of alertness and
Yes.
vigilance and everything, and it shows in everything that you do. And Mritujan sir says, multi-talented, God bless you, respected Sangeeta ji. Many more congratulations. Beautiful. And
Thank you.
Odyssey, yes, I am more interested in talking about Odyssey now. Like Odyssey, like under whose tutelage have you been learning Odyssey? And
There,
do you
there have been there
still
have
get
been
a chance
school.
to perform? Do you still perform?
Yes, I did. I did. There were three places where I performed, and there used to be a tree
Okay.
Orbindo, and there
Okay.
is this place, India Habitat Center. Also, there also I performed once. We had a group where we performed. We
Mhm.
have a school, Yamuna School of Dance at GK Alaknanda. So I
Oh,
learned
wonderful.
my Odissi from there. So there were three gurus under which I learned. And I was what? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Till that age I learned. And it was good. Trust me.
And
That was the
trust me,
time, I really enjoyed, I used to love biking for 21 kilometers. And that is the time when, I've enjoyed my life like to the fullest.
absolutely. I can see that on your face. I can see the way, the moment when you started talking about your hobbies and all. When you were talking about your profile, your profession profile, you were like all alert and everything. And now when as you talk about your hobbies, I see a change in your body language. I see the way you're smiling now, like from ear to ear. I mean, that's the beauty of, nurturing a
Because
passion, a
I'm going to
hobby.
start it again.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Of course, I mean, life is all about giving yourself chances, and one too many, and why not? Okay, if a small rapid fire questionnaire for you, like, what would you choose, a profession or a passion, if you were given a choice to, pursue your
Passion,
profession or
passion,
passion?
passion, passion.
Passion, absolutely. And which one, like, now that you are so like versatile and multifaceted, so which one would you like to pursue right now, as of now?
Education.
Education, okay. Education, you take it as a passion. Wow, that's something really nice. And okay, success or fame? What would be your take?
Then fame, to be very honest. Because I feel, I learned this that,
Mhm.
success is something which people give you.
Okay. Mhm.
People, make you rise, people make you promote you. So success
Mhm.
comes automatically. Fame is something, if you're famous, the
Mhm.
successful people also give you that success.
Give you.
So
All
I know it's a reverse theory what anybody would have said that, but I always feel
right.
fame gives you more success.
Success. Okay, and fame and money, if you were to choose between the two, fame or money?
Fame, I think fame is good.
Fame. All right. Fame is here to stay. Right. Okay. Friends and family. Whom would you choose between?
I have, friends there, friends definitely, because
Okay.
my
Great.
family is very friendly, and my all friends are all the time in my versatile studio zone. So for me, it's trust me, friends are the best.
I hope all your friends are listening to this, and definitely I
They
want
know
them
they're
to
my
be.
heart. They know they're my soul. They know that.
That's such a wonderful feeling. Absolutely. All right now, and love and respect. Would which one would you choose?
Uh, See, I'm a very self-love, self-respect person, so that's a tricky one.
So you want to
So
have
I think, and
best
see,
of
I
both the
would
worlds.
then choose love. I would choose love because I'm sure anybody loving you, the respect will come for sure. At least
Absolutely.
anybody knowing me, at least anybody knowing me who wants to value that I stay in their life.
Uh-huh. Absolutely, absolutely wonderful. And we have Shalini saying again, love to hear from you, Sangeeta ji. And she sends a beautiful red heart for you. That's so much beautiful. So, like when you started Odyssey, and you also, so what level did you complete, Sangeeta ji, if I may ask? Like
Fourth level.
Visharad, yeah, fourth level. All right, okay, 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 wonderful. So that's been such a beautiful, wonderful journey. And you are also into writing, I guess? No.
Yes,
Now
I
that
am
you've
still
said
into
international
writing now.
author.
Yes.
No, no, because international author. So, like, you've been writing books on interior design or anything like apart from that?
No, there've been a lot of mixture of everything. Now, a book is
Okay.
coming on soul awakening also. So, authored
Okay.
almost 14 books now, the complete,
Oh,
and
mm,
10 are almost published now. 9 are almost online now in the platform, and
okay.
there are
Mm,
chapters also. So they're related to ecosystem. They're related to design
mm.
architecture. They're related to artificial intelligence. Then they're
Wow.
related to global architecture, design thinking, soul
Mm,
awakening. A lot of poems. A lot of I love to write on moods, like anything, any
okay.
picture I see, I love to write on them. So
Right
they're
on that.
mixture of a lot of things. I don't want to
So,
limit myself.
why, of course, we are all limitless, and why you need to be tied down to anything, I guess. And could we hear something from you, ma'am?
Not at present. It's very difficult. I'll have to start looking at here and there.
Anything, any excerpt from your soul awakening, or maybe a small chapter, insight of your thoughts. You'll definitely like to have a piece of your mind.
Um, then I would have to be prepared, because they're very deep actually.
कोई
They're
बात नहीं
actually
मैम, हम
very deep.
सतह पर ही
I
तैर लेंगे, थोड़ा थोड़ा क्रीम क्रीम बता दीजिए आप हमें.
take another 2-3 minutes, then I'll start something. Let me just get back
Okay,
to
no
it.
worries, no
What we can
worries.
pick
By
up.
that time, I'll read out all those lovely messages that have been coming in. Uh, Rajpal Yadav sir is still with us. That's so sweet of him. And informative information. Welcome you both. And Sangeeta ji is still there. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being connected. Mary Brains also. And I just as I said that all of these people are related to some form of art, be it poetry, be it paintings or interior designing, and so many more. So I mean, they obviously an artist always feels connected. इट्स नॉट अबाउट बीइंग इन अ वाटर राइड कंपार्टमेंट कि अगर मैं पोइट्री लिख रहा हूँ तो मुझे आर्ट से या पेंटिंग से कोई मतलब नहीं है, तो उसको देख के ही उसके अंदर एक पोइट्री निकल के आ जाती है, एंड देर सो वेल कनेक्टेड, इंटर रिलेटेड एंड एवरीथिंग.
See,
एंड
with
व्हेन यू
creative
हैव
people, this is the beauty. This is with creative people, this is the
yes,
beauty. You will see a person of calligraphy stature loving a art piece in a museum.
artist, absolutely, absolutely.
You
So
will
here
see
we
a
are.
person who's using a landscaping, and you will see them getting in love with any kind of furniture piece where they can feel they can use it. So I feel that is something very open about.
Yes, absolutely. I would say this is called what would you call it? Fluidity of art, fluidity of creativity, like which is always prevalent, like in any artist, I must say. And when we have someone as wonderful as Sangeeta ji, why not? I mean, people will definitely feel connected to you, because not only because I mean you are into dance, you are into writing, you are into creating beautiful homes, and so much more. So anything, if you are ready with Sangeeta ji, we could have it here. Have it here.
You will have to give me some time. We'll have to get back to that because I see everything out of my reach right now.
Okay, okay, no worries, no worries. And that was indeed a wonderful conversation. And I hope all of viewers enjoyed it and got some information about how to design their interiors, be a part of living in a space where they are, they've created for themselves. And Sangeeta ji is always there to help you with her courses, with her poetry, with her expert advice on how to design your homes and everything. And I hope, Sangeeta ji, you enjoyed the show as much as we
Of
did.
course,
And
of course. It's been such a
and
pleasure. It's such a bright, the minute you wrote that let's be in our elements, that was the most fiery thing that, you could fire shot on me with.
we have Meenu Bala also joining us. She is an integral part of Anuragam Society. And before we sign off, there is something important I would like to tell all our viewers and you too, Sangeeta ma'am, that Team Anuragam is organizing a global humanitarian techno and art exhibition where they will be conducting a series of online and offline events and creating an awareness, and they are going to host panel discussions, solo live shows, uh, tree plantation, bicycle rally, marathons,
Wow.
elocution contests, debates, and paintings, and everything. So I want all of viewers who are here presently listening to us and who will be listening to us later on, do join in this global awareness program event, which will be carried out in 3 days on starting from 20th of April to 22nd, celebrating World Earth Day. And we have Meenal Shah Deora also joining in, and Meenu Bala, as I said, and Meenal Deora is also an RJ from. I'm sorry, I forgot which place she mentioned, but she has been a great friend, and definitely all those who are listening to us and are joining by and by will take an account of all the events that Anuragium plans to host, and we would request all of you to be a part of it and be a responsible citizen and contribute to the society in their own special way. And thank you so much, ma'am. Radio Meri Awaz. Yes, I'm so sorry, Meenal. Meenal Shah is from Radio Meri Awaz. She is an RJ and has a beautiful voice and a wonderful person herself. And Meenu Bala says, "Welcome all wonderful talents in wonderful program. This is all for you, ma'am. मेरे लिए कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा इस वक्त."
हम बोल
And
देते
thank
हैं
you so
आपके
much.
लिए.
मैं तो वेट कर रही थी कि आप कुछ सुनाते,
मतलब
हम उस चीज कैरी फॉरवर्ड
the
करके ले
minute I
जाते.
saw you when you started this, again the first thing which came to my mind was your posture in front of the picture frame.
That's so
First
wonderful
thing,
of you, ma'am.
every time I see you, this is what comes. And I am such a huge fan of your, the way you've carried everything and the way you are working on your magazine. Everything is amazing. And
Thank you
you
so much.
actually inspire us to be here, to just have this kind of warm conversation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope we could, be at our ease, be at our own, and we were in our elements today, I'm sure. And hope to connect to you
Definitely.
very soon, once again on some other platform. And I hope that you also be a part of our global humanitarian
Surely.
techno art exhibition. And anything that you could, be contribute to it would be a great pleasure.
Definitely. We're always around.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so
And
much.
Meenal, all right, Meenal Shah is also enjoying the program. I wish she would have joined a little earlier, but definitely we can always see it once again. Like it's on FB and we are going live and it'll be there for all the years to come. Thank you so much, ma'am. Hope to listen to you from,
Thank you.
from.
Gratitude.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.